Hello everybody, welcome to the White Tiger Tarot. Thank you so much for being with me here today. Today's message is a grounded and practical message for you at this time, in this moment. You know, some grounded and practical advice, words from Spirit to you to kind of help you feel a little more present at this time, a little more connected, giving you some real, true, honest, grounded and practical advice, messages, you know, words of love and wisdom for you at this time. So yeah, that's what we've got going on today. We have 3 piles, and we are going to introduce your piles one at a time. Spirit did not want us to see the face of these cards today, so it's a little bit of a mystery going into it, which is always fun, you know, an element of fun and surprise. And we're gonna pick our numbers. So we pick numbers from 1 to 12, and since we have 3 piles, we're gonna have 4 numbers per pile. All right, and this is just an option for those who would like it. It could be a random number that you just come up with. It could be a favorite number, life path, birthday, birth month, you know, angel number you've been seeing. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna get right into it today. Feeling very present, grounded, slow and steady, in a really beautiful way. So that's what this reading is gonna hopefully feel like for you as well. Okay. Also want to let you know my flame on the candle is humongous. I know you can't see it fully, but it's about this long. So the vibes are strong and steady here. All right, so pile number 1, we have the Cosmic Crossroads Tarot, and I'm just going to hold up the stone for you, which is Howlite. Okay, Cosmic Crossroads. Now we're going to pick your numbers. 4 numbers. Pause the video here if you have not chosen a number, if that's how you'd like to pick. Okay, first number out is 3. Five. 9 and 12. 3, 5, 9, and 12 for pile number 1. Pile number 2 has the Hieronymus Bosch Tarot and the Amethyst. Okay, and the numbers for pile number 2. 2. 4. 6. 2, 4, 6. Be cool if we get 8. But of course, I'm closing my eyes, by the way. I do not see which numbers I pick. No way. We got 2, 4, 6, 8. That is cool. Right in order too. 2, 4, 6, 8. Wow. That is really neat. Okay, well, I want to keep them in order because that's just such a cool combo. I love when that happens. This combo has never come out like that before. All right. And so pile number 3 has the Rhodonite. And sorry, this is a new deck. This is the Over the Rainbow Tarot, I believe. Oh, I have it here. Oh, sorry, Tarot at the End of the Rainbow. Okay. And you have 10, 1, 7, and 11. 10, 1, 7, and 11 for pile number 3. Okay, well, that being said, I'll give you guys a few moments to meditate on the piles here, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading today. This is your grounded and practical reading. All right, so we're going to get right into it today and seeing what your grounded, practical message is. Yeah, let's see. How light is your stone? 3, 5, 12, and 9 are your numbers. And your cards are individuality, 24, and 14, denial. And it's interesting, okay, Spirit immediately brought me to the number 24. And it reminded me of my father's birthday that is coming up November 24th, which he's a Sagittarius. And so this made me think of Sagittarius energy immediately. The fire, the individuality, the very unique path of a Sag. You know, very individualistic and unique energy. And then we got the 14, right? We got the Temperance card is number 14. And so that's also Sagittarius energy. Okay, Temperance is ruled by Sagittarius. Okay, and so that's interesting. So that parallel here is made me it's made me make the connection of almost don't deny yourself your truest gifts and your unique spirit. You have a very set of unique wings that Spirit gave you, a unique signature of energy in the way you see things, the way you speak, the way you present yourself. Okay, and that is meant to be honored. And it's almost like don't deny yourself the spotlight, or don't deny yourself pleasure or expression. Okay, because they're like, you are so beautiful and cool and unique, and that's how God made you, right? That's how you were created. That is what you are from the inside out, and you're meant to showcase that. You're meant to embrace that about yourself and embrace every single aspect of you, right? In that uniqueness, and to not deny or hide or shy away from how you see things, how you look at things, what you want to say, how you want to say it. You know, hiding parts of, you know, what you enjoy or what you like, or how, you know, what you do for a living or how you create. I feel like you're meant to embrace more of undeniability. I don't know if that makes sense, but like who you are and not being shy about it. Okay, not hiding. Don't deny your coolness. Okay, it is the greatest aspect of you. Yeah, you are a diamond. You are but you're even more rare than a diamond. You're like some, I want to say, uncut gem, which is it's just a movie. I actually didn't enjoy that movie very much, but It's like you're a diamond in the rough. You're a rare occurrence, okay, and a very beautiful one, that, you know, deserves to be loved in all that it is. And in order to do that, you know, you have to love that and not deny parts of you, or shy away from that loveliness, and from that, you know, just embrace your funniness, embrace your weirdness, embrace, you know, your strange viewpoints, your strange artistic creations. You know, they're meant to be shown, they're meant to be seen. I feel like you're almost suffocating or limiting yourself in how you show up, or in what you show. And that needs to be opened up. Okay, and embraced by you first and foremost, before it can be embraced by the world, or by your friends or family, or a certain community, or maybe a certain, you know, career path opens up. Okay, so we have the Eight of Cups with indolence. We have the Three of Cups with abundance, you being celebrated. Okay. And we have the Hanged Man. Yeah. I want to look at the bottom of the deck energy, because Spirit kind of drew my attention there. Okay, so we have the Prince of Swords. This is the Knight of Swords, the hacker. And then we have the Princess of Cups, the costume designer. Page of Cups, the Empress. Okay, let's take these two. Okay, so there's something here about the glasses emptying, right? We have the shot glasses, they're spilt over. There's something about leaving behind unhealthy habits, or leaving maybe a certain aspect of, maybe there are bad habits we had. Indolence can also talk about laziness. So, or maybe scattered brain, you know, maybe tidying up, being more disciplined in our appearance and our routines. This could also be, like certain habits that kept us unmotivated, or in a more dark or toxic mindset, or emotional, you know, anxiousness or depression. This feels like it could also be, you know, watching too much TV, or spending too much time on social media. Okay. It feels like a little bit of scatteredness. And it feels like we're leaving these things behind, and we're embracing. It's like it's time to leave certain bad habits behind, that I think were really affecting you seeing your truth, or showing up in your fullness, in your brightness, in your light, right? There were certain things that were almost taking away from that, or kind of making you lose yourself. Okay, maybe it was, you know, just doing what other people did out of trying to fit in, denying yourself, you know, because of yeah, just doing what you thought was normal. Like this makes me think of like maybe, just drinking because it's socially acceptable, but really makes you not feel good. It makes you not feel like yourself. Okay. But it's interesting here because we have 3 glasses being raised for you in abundance. And then we have the Empress underneath, which is also abundance and creation. But this is being celebrated by other people, right? This is connecting with groups, soul family, but also with this inner sense of abundance, right? Making sure that your cup feels full and you're doing the things that make your cup feel full. Okay, that's really what this feels like, is leaving behind bad habits that made us feel half empty. Like I feel low, I feel heavy, I feel depressed, when I do these things or when I don't do these things, right? It's like kind of being more stricter with our discipline so that in every day I feel full. I feel full of light. I feel really good and confident with, my actions and what I'm doing and the actions that I'm taking or the actions that I've cut out of my life to give myself more life, more vibrancy, more confidence. And that comes from the inside out. This feeling of abundance and actual physical abundance, right, starts emotionally in the cups, right? Starts with, celebrating myself, celebrating my wins, feeling that abundance, feeling that I'm giving to myself abundantly in what I need, right? And that makes me feel good, grateful, full, ready, and more connected with myself, more connected with my environment, and more connected with people around me that make it feel me more comfortable to like just be unapologetically me, because it's not me pretending anymore, or it's not coming from an insecure place. It's like when I do things that feel good for me, right? Do things that feel right and make me feel confident. And, I do the exercises, or I'm eating well, right? I'm less insecure when I show up to places, and I'm more willing to, I'm doing all the right things. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling bright. And so I'm going to show up in that, because there's nothing that's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be doing this, or maybe I should just do this for this. It's like, no, you can now be free. Okay. Free to be you. That's what this feels like. And that starts with feeding, nurturing yourself on a molecular degree. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm getting here and that starts by feeling, right? It's those emotions and those actions that make me feel good, and showing up for myself, and, caring for myself, or caring for my family, or caring for my creations in the right way. But it all starts with you, making sure you feel good. And so whatever you do, or you create, or you nurture, it's nurtured with love, right? Because it's coming from this inner abundance, and that inner abundance reflects an outer abundance, right? That gives back to you. And so with this hangman, I think you may be in a position of having to drop certain things. We see things coming out of this man's pockets, right? You might be in a space where things are needing to be dropped, looked at, right, for what they are. Things that are not adding to your life, things that are maybe distracting you from feeling good, or from self-care, or from, focusing on your creation, your family, your abundance, gratitude, or like true connection, and focusing on your beautiful new world, or your creative pursuits, your things that you're passionate about, right? So things are being dropped at this time. And I think it's so that there is this like new area of life that we're moving into, right? That we're getting to experience. But I think Spirit's trying to get you to truly ground into who you are and how it feels to be truly you without these other distractions, or without these other, habits or cycles that we've been in that take us away from ourselves, or that distract us from our truth, or make us feel ungrounded or insecure or unhealthy, scattered, right? So it's almost like we're in this disciplined time to really get to know what our energy feels like and what our inner abundance feels like, and like how, oh, this feels good. You know, this feels like me. This feels like I'm feeling very grounded and settled when I set up this routine in my life, when I am able to care for myself in these ways. It really benefits me, but it also benefits my life beautifully. Okay. And I think that's going to really reflect in the quality of your work, right? In the quality of how you show up, in the quality, it's like this slowing down, with the Hangman and the Empress. That's what this feels like. It's slowing down to like really see what's important, and how I show up is important, right? Not in this kind of like scattered and I don't know, and you know, I'm just gonna do this because I'm trying to cover up this thing, or I'm just, you know, doing this because I learned it this way. There's almost a slowing down to really see, okay, maybe step by step, slow movements, you know, getting, you know, doing the right way. This is like hacking the system, but in a way that's like hacking my system, right? In a way that's like really showing me what's not so important or not so helpful in how I've been doing things or how I've been showing up, right? Maybe rushing. That's a big one. That's a big one for me. I've been definitely trying to slow down because I've been feeling very ungrounded, but that's been like a theme all my life, right? Rushing things, and then my work suffers, right? And my definitely my emotional state, my mental state suffers, right? It's like slowing down. Things don't need to be so fast. They don't need to be done, you know, right away, right now. And then you make mistakes and then you slip up. There we go, workaholic. That's it. There are these aspects of, you know, maybe we've been putting too much focus on work. We see the screen here with all these sticky notes, right? It's like, and the money, that could definitely be a theme here that we're kind of walking away from, is like stressing ourselves out, overworking in certain areas where we're not taking care of ourselves enough. We're not making sure that like we're feeling good, right? Is like work overpowering or more important, like the, you know, the amount of work we do or the amount of time we're investing, right? Is that prioritizing over our own self-care or our family, you know, being present with our family, being present with our, you know, I want to say pets, or being present with our loved ones, right? Our family, our friends, our lovers, right? It's kind of switching. This is what true abundance is being with other people and being in that celebration, right? And feeling good, feeling full within myself. That, and it's like when things are unbalanced in the workplace or more focused towards work and I got to get it done and by this deadline, or, you know, that's when we lose ourselves, we unground ourselves, and we turn to other things that are unhealthy, or we stop giving time to things that make us feel good and grounded and healthy, right? And so, okay. Yeah, acceptance of ourselves, our pace, what we do, you know, our service, and how we do it and how we serve it up, right? With pie. This card, it's root chakra, base chakra. It's that acceptance of the present moment of where we are and what we're doing. And in this moment, how we serve. And it's feeling that satisfied, feeling that satisfaction. I want to say satisfaction, but I don't think that's definitely not a word. Feeling satisfied, right? With even in the small moments, right? Bringing the love to it, right? Doing it in our best, knowing that this is how I show up. This is how I serve, right? And just not wanting to be anywhere else, doing anything else. It's coming into the acceptance of where I am, who I'm with, and wanting to bring all of me into that moment, into this, into this person that I'm with. There's like less of a striving and more of like a yes. And also like how you do things, and not always like, this workaholic is making me feel like, oh, I'm never good enough. The work I do is not good enough, right? And there's always this like needing to like strive for more money or a different position or like more production, right? Which is not always the best way to go, because you lose yourself in that. And it's like something about just being like, grounded and here, and this is what I do, and this is how I do it. Yeah, service, right? Being of service, doing your service, and being present in that service, and like how you do it, and the uniqueness of how you do it, right? That it's not, sorry, my candle is spilling over right now. Yeah, you don't want to spill over, do too much, where you lose yourself, or lose the point, right? Lose the initial intention, right? Your service is important. It's important to be present while you do it, right? It's important to be in it and in love with it, in love with yourself, and knowing that you hold an important key. You as an individual, have a lot to give and are unique. And don't lose yourself in the kind of fast-paced environment or the fake, striving for more. Renewal. I just saw 2222. So we're in alignment. Things are really aligning and unifying, and I think we're unifying within ourselves. And this is beautiful, because this is another base chakra card, is that there's a renewal of self, right? A renewal of acceptance and a grounding of where we are and what we're doing, and that we have seasons and everything has a season. And there's just this deep safety and deep groundedness that everything happens in its own time, and that I happen in my own time, right? And so I'm not trying to force or shift or move before the timing is ready, before I'm ready. Just being here with where I am, who I am in this moment, right? With what is. And then we have soulmate. Oh, sorry about that. And that's funny. It's another base chakra, but I also saw 2222, which is a card, of the unification, of coming together with who are soulmates, right? Soul family, soul tribe, maybe deepening into a soulmate connection, deepening into our connection with self, and therefore being more present with our family, our lovers, our friends, right? There is this, it's time, and I love how like workaholic is kind of here in the center. It's bright, it's blue, but it feels ungrounded. It feels chaotic. Whereas these bases are all red, very grounding, pulling you down to the here and now. And then we have service, which is just the next level, right? Which is very feminine. It's where our creation lies. It's where our creative energy is, but it's also this deeply emotional, creative place that is like where we find our power for service. And so, yes, we create and we do our work and we serve, but we need to also, it's important to ground ourselves into who we are, into where we are, into who we're with, and treat ourselves well so that we can show up with this inner abundance, this inner safety, this inner fullness, right? So that we can be present with ourselves and who we are and the season of what is around us, so we can show up our best, so that we can serve on our best, and so that we are serving up love, right? Serving up love in the best way that we can. My timer is at 4 hours and 44 minutes left on my card, and we're at 4% on the battery. So that's 4 4s there as well. We had 4 2s and 4 4s. So safety, unification, grounding, protection. Okay. Yeah, it's very, very pulling us here and now, okay, to what is, and just taking it step by step, opening up, getting deeper into what we're doing, into who we are, instead of trying to look away or look forward or look backward, or look, into, always having to extend or expel, or, it's just like everything happens of itself when I'm here now, when I'm grounded, when I'm centered, right? When I'm with myself and in the progress that I am in, right? Yeah, that's your grounded and practical advice and message at this time, to just practice, feeling your feet on the ground and really being present with who you're with and your relationships and, the people you're serving, the people you work with, instead of trying to always do more, extend more, overextend, right? Just being really present, and gratitude is the biggest thing too. And that inner abundance. You have everything you need. You are well taken care of. You're doing all that you can do, right? Really give back to yourself in a big way in this time. Making sure that, you're feeling good in what you do, and you're feeling present, and you're not rushing, and you're not striving when you don't have the energy to strive. Okay. So pile number 1, that was your message today. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope this was something you needed at this time. Let me know in the comments if you'd like. I'd love to hear from you guys, and also give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this reading today. And if you'd like to subscribe, please do that down below. And if you'd like a more in-depth message for yourself, you can book a personal reading on my website down below. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one, pile 1. All of my love. Peace. Hello, pile 2. Welcome to your grounded and practical message from Spirit. Okay, something that maybe some advice or just some messages that is important for you to hear at this time to help you feel that grounded rootedness, presence, and where you are right now and what you're doing. You guys had the amethyst, and you also had a very cool number combo, 2, 4, 6, 8. Thought that was awesome. Okay. And let's see your cards. So you have the Prince of Birds, friendship, helpfulness, gratitude. Beautiful. And, okay, we have some nudity. Prince of Birds, okay, and Princess of Berries, courtship, love, romance, relationship. Wow. So amazing energy. I love this. This is like, look at all of this support and friends and family, love, gratitude, helpfulness, relationship. So right now at this time, I think it's a really big time of focus on, obviously, friends, family, you know, helping each other out, giving to each other, enjoying each other's company. And if you don't feel this right now, I would say maybe extend yourself to someone, right? I see someone, you know, giving help if you feel you need it right now. I think if you extended yourself or if you put yourself out there, I think you would get a very warm response. And I also see if you feel you need relationship at this time, that there is relationship coming in. But I really feel like this is a time of really feeling like I have the support and love around me of other people, and to just allow yourself to be given to at this time. Allow yourself to receive help, assistance, in whatever form that comes in. Okay, if it's just presence and like being able to hang out or talk on the phone, don't deny yourself of that, because I think it would give you something really good. It's like food for your soul right now. You know, if it's financial assistance you need, if it's just, you know, love and going out on a date, like don't deny yourself of connection right now. I think it's definitely food here. Like it's nourishment for you. That's really going to help you feel a sense of groundedness, connectedness. Just, I think love and support is so important for you at this time, to just feel like you have good people around you. Connections that want to help you and support you. Okay. And I'm also getting, because we have, we have the Princess of Berries, but we have the Prince of Birds, but he's also holding berries. So this could also be someone coming in who wants to help you, maybe who wants to see you or spend time with you. And this doesn't have to be romantic. This could be, you know, a friend. Okay, and I would say, you know, that this is something good, right? Even if you don't want right now anything serious, or if you weren't looking for a friend, I think you're going to be very grateful of this friendship or this romance that blossoms or comes into your life. I think it's going to be a mutually beneficial, you know, thing. That feels good, and it feels grounded, and it's like, oh, this is maybe something I was missing and I didn't realize, right? So I would stay open to new friends and connections. Okay. This could also be someone coming in to give you, with helpfulness and gratitude, give you something that you need. I think I said that already. Princess of Wands. This is the Page of Wands, the Dancer. So passion and fun. So yeah, it's like open to having fun, doing things out of your comfort zone. Maybe something new and passionate blossoming, beginning, a new friendship, new love. I think that's really going to open you up in new ways. Yeah, open you up for fun. Let's see. We have the World card with the universe. Beautiful. And then we have the Ace of Cups. So there's a lot of love here, pile 2. And interesting, okay, Spirit just brought this to my mind that we had 2, 4, 6, 8. That's counting by 2s, right? So there's a lot about 2 here. There's a lot about unification, coming together. Yeah, enjoying. And look at this. We have the world, right? Feeling on top of the world with this love, with this connection, okay? Enjoying love, enjoying this new loving beginning, being present with the love that is here, with the gratitude, with the heart space. I really feel like this could be new love for a lot of you, and it ends a cycle of, you know, something that you maybe desired or you feeling like you didn't have. Okay, it's like this comes in, or this presents itself, or you open up to this and you're like, oh yeah, this is it, right? This is something I was missing. This is like the up leveling. This is time to enter this new space of love and connection, or this, you know, this friendship just makes me feel like it gives me the strength to leave something behind. It feels like we're winning here, right? With the wreath, that feels like a big win, a big accomplishment, right? It like makes us feel light. It makes us feel like we've gotten past something hard, maybe difficult, or just a long cycle. And this is time for elevation into love, elevation into something new, into something exciting and passionate, okay? Or just fun. Maybe this friend comes in and, you know, they just set your life on this beautiful new adventure, right? It ends like the cycle of maybe loneliness or isolation, or like maybe you've been in a bit of a hermit journey and this person comes in and like shows you this new side of life, you know, of connection, of friendship. And they're like, okay, yeah, what do you want to do next weekend? Let's go here. And you're like, whoa, okay, sure, I'll try it. And you go and you're like, oh my gosh, you know, it's like this friendship, this connection sets you forth on this brand new journey of like, oh my gosh, I didn't know this version of me existed. I didn't know this version of life existed. It's like, it really gives you, I think, a new lease on life and love. You know, it just feels really, really good and freeing. Okay, and so at the bottom of the deck, we have 7 of Wands with Valor. So this almost makes me feel like this is something that you have maybe been, it's either for some, it's going to be something you feel like you've been fighting for, and others, it's going to feel like you've been fighting against it. Okay. But it's either way, this comes in and like breaks the mold. It breaks you out of the fight or feeling like I have to fight for or against. And it just opens and it feels good. It feels right. It feels fun. It feels loving. It feels passionate. It feels exciting. And you're like, I'm ready. I'm ready to enter this next space. I'm ready to enter this friendship or this connection. It's just like, it's so opening for you. Wow, look at this. The Master. Excuse me. With the World, the Universe, the Master, and the Ace of Cups, this is also like you reaching a certain level of enlightenment. And this is about your like spiritual opening. right? Where it may be this courtship for some is like one of with spirit. Maybe opening yourself to receive from spirit. And it feels like maybe that started it all. Maybe you're like, I'm open for what you want to give me, God, or universe, spirit. And it just opens up your life. And maybe love is a part of that, or soul family is a part of that. But it also opened you up on such a big spiritual level that you've been able now to see, oh my gosh, I was maybe closing myself off, or this fight that I was in, right, within myself or within my physical world was actually maybe blocking my way forward, when it was almost like an opening up or a softening, right? And almost like releasing into letting myself be helped, or letting myself open up to friendship or love again, or fun, right? And it's just like something clicks, something opens. It's an aha moment, and it frees you of this cycle you've been in, and it puts you on the next path. But it also opens you up spiritually, so that you can you're either connecting with a deeper spiritual path, or it opens you up deeper into something within you that was lying dormant. Yeah. So we have the 8 of Pentacles with the ordinariness. This is about your self-mastery. This is about your higher plan on earth that you were always meant to kind of get here, to grow from. There are things about your everyday life that are now starting to blossom and grow and reflect the beautiful energy that you've cultivated within yourself. And I think love and outer connection is the next step in this, creating this beautiful everyday life for myself that is, loving and beautiful, supportive. It just feels like we're creating this really big picture of my dream world, my dream life, my peaceful satisfaction of what I see in my vision for myself. Okay, and of course, love is a part of that. So we have the 6 of Swords, the burden, and then we have the Emperor with the rebel. So, okay, we're going to put these together because they came out together. Excuse me. Interesting. So those fell out of the deck. At the bottom of the deck energy has the Empress. So we have the Emperor and the Empress. Okay, we do have divine counterparts here. And with this courtship, we cannot deny what is here. So for a lot of you, if you're looking for love, or that is definitely coming in, or maybe you're in love, or you're in a connection already, and that's deepening into something more. And there's an up-leveling of this connection and a deepening of commitment, or the next level of this commitment, where we're coming into dancing with life in a more fun way, or with each other, feels more passionate, or it's getting revived. Okay, and our everyday life is coming into something more spiritual and holy, but beautiful and fun. And so this gives us that there were things, burdens put upon us by, society, by the past, by other people, that kept us feeling maybe disconnected, or, burdened heavy by other people's will. This could look like, a job that takes up too much of my time. This could look like beliefs that I kept about love, or about myself, or like certain behaviors, or I was putting too much on myself, to like, oh, you can't have fun because this isn't accomplished yet, or, life is supposed to be hard or heavy, or, suffering, or you're meant to do this alone, or whatever. And with this Emperor is that either someone comes in to break you out of that mold, okay, and show you a new way, show you a different life, or you just break the chains of what you've been in, right? And you go, I'm not chained up to anything, right? I'm not chained up to one way of doing things or being or showing up in my life, or there's no actual rules here. I can do what I wish. I can be with who I want to be with, right? I can do things differently. I can open up. There's something about taking charge, right? Whether that's you or someone else, letting someone else take charge perhaps, but it's like something's coming to lift a burden, right? Doing things our own way, breaking the chains, breaking the molds of how things have been done, or what we think is normal, or what we should do, and breaking out of that and lifting the burden and opening ourselves up to fun and love and excitement and passion. Okay, so we have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Star. You know what, guys? I'm gonna blow out this candle. I'm sorry. Trust me, I know it's nice to have a candle, but this one, for whatever reason, I'm not loving the vibe. It's giving off a smell. Like, it's not even a smell. It feels like dust. And it's making my nose run. And I can tell it might give me a headache. So I really don't want to continue that way. So I apologize. Don't give it any meaning, right? That was just literally my comfort zone there that I needed to take care of. And my health, it felt like something not good. Not every candle I think is good. Okay, so Ace of Pentacles and the Star, right? This is something beginning, something new coming into your life. Okay, whether that is a new person, or that is a new opportunity for you and someone else that is part of a bigger dream, something grounding. So this is something of the physical. So a literal person, you guys kind of getting the money or buying the house that you needed to live more comfortably, or getting that opportunity, that dream opportunity that allows you to move into the next level, right? The dream, aligning with the dream, aligning with healing, aligning with, a wish, our purpose, right? That's what this is. This is a huge, new beginning, huge accomplishment that is grounding us further into our purpose, but is also grounding us further into love, into a deep, it's like why we came here, our mastery, our wish. It's like we're further aligning ourselves onto the path that we signed up for when we came to Earth. Okay. Look at that. 3 of Cups. Yeah, celebration, gratitude, connection. Okay, true connection. And then we have I think this is the King of Wands. And the 10 of Swords. Yeah. So again, this could be someone coming in, but this could also be you connecting in with this new opportunity that leads to further connection, gratitude, right? Helpfulness from somebody comes in and it's like, this is the thing, this is the opportunity I was looking for, or we were looking for. This is the person that I've been waiting for, someone who can take the lead, who can show me the way, who can, break me out of the cycle I've been in, or help me, feel supported in order to do that. But ultimately, this is you, connecting in with a deeper sense of self, maybe leadership, and it ends this cycle of difficulty. And maybe this is you starting something of your own, right? That includes other people, that this is like a community, or this is a group that I've been wanting to connect with, or begin. Okay. And this is time for it to start. It's time for us to connect in with that purpose and end this harsh karmic cycle that we've been in of, heaviness, of burden, of disappointment, of loneliness perhaps, or of betrayal, who knows. But it's time now for something of a dream of healing to ground into the physical. It's going to make us feel extremely abundant, connected, grateful, and, supported by those around us, supported by the universe in a big way, and make us feel like confident we're on our path, we're doing what we're meant to be doing, feeling that passion and fire, and that connection to ourselves and our creativity and love, right? It feels like it's all coming to a fuller picture here of our divine lives and what that looks like for us. The honey, it's time for honey to fill your cup, right? It's time for your that star to be connected and reflected inside and out, right? And it's starting to now come into that outer groundedness, that outer world. So that was your reading, pile number 2, and that was beautiful. I loved it. I hope you did as well. I hope it was helpful for you at this time. Let me know in the comments if it was, if you wish. And also let me know by giving me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like. And if you would like more support at this time, you can book a personal reading with me down in the description box. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next reading. All of my love, pile 2. Peace. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your grounded and practical message today. We're going to take a look at what Spirit would like to give to you in a very present way of maybe giving advice, or just letting a message reflect back to you, or some energy reflect back to you at this time. It gives you further confirmation. We have 1, 10, 11, and 7 as your numbers. And rhodonite is your stone. Okay, and we have the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles. Wow, I'm gonna get 3 kings. Let's see. Wow, and the 3 of Wands. Ooh. You're in a good position here for expansion. I feel like you're in a very stable spot. And I think you're ready for the next area of life. You're ready for this new experience. Maybe you've been thinking about doing something for a while, embarking on a new journey or taking an opportunity. You've been preparing for something, and something's about to come in, present itself to you, and you're ready. Like, you're in a very good spot, grounded spot, mentally, good spot financially, feeling really grounded, maybe very clear and concise, mentally strong, emotionally grounded. And so I don't know if something has presented itself to you quite yet, or maybe it's about to, but you're definitely ready to take this on. You're ready to move towards this, or you're ready to take it and have it and act on it, or move on it. Okay, let's get some more messages and some more detail. By the way, I apologize. I had to blow out that candle because it was giving off this very dusty smell that was bothering me. It was making my nose run and my head not feel good. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords with fighting. We have the Knight of Wands with intensity. Have you been kind of maybe fighting two Knights? Have you been fighting taking action on something, or fighting the progress of something, or, you know, maybe it's felt like you're fighting the next steps or your desire to move on something? Let's get more information, please. I'm also getting, for some, this could be a message, because there's two kings here. This could be you and someone else. And because we have the two knights also reflected. This could be you and someone else. It's like you're both very powerful in your energies, right? One being maybe financially very strong or very like grounded and practical in who they are, but also then there's a very, you know, intelligent, clear, forward-moving person. And then there's this maybe opportunity that presents itself, or this expansion, or there's this potential here, or something comes in, and maybe one of you wants to move on it and the other one doesn't, right? And maybe it's causing some kind of tension or fighting, or like how to move forward. Okay, that's just for very few, I feel like. For others of you, this is within you. Maybe there's just this, you've been fighting the next steps or progress or taking action upon something or following something. We have the Tower. Thunderbolt. Yeah, so we have the Seven of Cups with projection. So definitely this message again of maybe you and someone else kind of not being able to get on the same page about something, or like how to progress towards something, or if we should progress. Okay, and we have the Eight of Swords with guilt. So there is some kind of maybe fear-based beliefs or limiting beliefs that's limiting our progress, or just maybe us being able to get on the same page because there's maybe differences of ideas, or maybe someone's kind of acting out of fear, or maybe we're both acting out of fear in our own way. Maybe one wants to rush and one doesn't want to move. But I feel like there's almost divine intervention coming in here that's going to shake things up and shake us up. It's like Spirit's like, you might, because, okay, it's interesting, right? These are two very opposite energies. We have earth energy, very slow, right? Very slow to move. And then we have the swords, which is the fastest, right? We have the slowest and the fastest energy here. So there might be very opposite or opposing energies, whether that's within you and someone else, or just within you, of like you going back and forth, of like fighting the progress or fighting a movement, or wanting to be very slow, And then the other side wanting to be, fast, almost, intense, or, rush, go, 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 let's just do it. And the other one's like, no, slow down, take our time. Maybe it's not right. Okay. And so there's this kind of contrast, and it's causing us to kind of argue or fight, maybe within ourselves, maybe within a certain connection, about what to do or how to progress, if to progress at all, or if to move on something, or how to do that. And yeah, it's causing maybe a bit of mental turmoil, confusion. I see clouds here, confusion about the pathway forward, of how we do this. Do we do this? But it seems like with the thunderbolt, with the tower here, is that there's going to be something, I think, that comes through divine intervention that puts you both on the same page or in the same position. It's like, I don't know if it forces you to make a decision, to come together, or to take action. But it feels like whatever was kind of not in harmony, right? We're fighting on something, not able to come to the same conclusion or on the same page. It almost feels like maybe something comes in and we're forced to kind of step into our power, and we're like, okay, this is how we move. It's almost like an answer is given or an opportunity presents that is fitting for both of us. It's like we're able to be like, okay, this is it. This is the move. This is the way forward. I feel like it allows us to step up, to come into agreeance. Yeah, it's almost like, and maybe it comes in like a chaotic way, or in a way that doesn't look so positive, but it ends up being the thing we needed to kind of take action, or to kind of like step into the roles we need to step into and move in balance. Okay, I'm hoping this makes sense to you. Okay, so 6 of Wands at the bottom with success. Okay, so victory over this. We've been in a difficult time, right? Within ourselves, or within being together in this, in this moment, right? To really kind of work out the best move forward, or like, how do we, I've been saying the same thing, I apologize, but I'm trying to figure it out as well. But you're having success over this. You're having victory. There's going to be a conclusion or something that comes in that pushes you past this time, right? There's something here, and I want to find out what this is, that allows us to either step up into our very suitable roles, that like moves us forward in balance and wholeness, and it's like stops this fighting or this like misalignment. Yeah, it's almost like spirit shakes up the world, the reality, the situation. And it's like, okay, is this good for both of you? Great. This is it. This is the path. This is the way. This is how we're going to move. And it's like, yes, this is what we've been waiting for, right? Maybe options have felt, one has felt good for one, but not the other, and vice versa. And then we're like, well, trying to fight for our side or how we see things. But it's like, I think spirit was meant for you both to be happy, or you both to be in your power with this next move or this new experience that you're going upon. And so it was almost like there was this back and forth for a while of, yeses and nos, or this and that's. And it's like, no, we're meant to both come to the same page, on the same, feeling both in our power, both happy about the pathway forward. We both have a yes. We both have a yes. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we have renewal with base chakra. We have mysticism. Yeah, this is making me feel like trusting the process, trusting spirit, right? That whatever we've been in, we've been fighting because it just wasn't the right timing, it wasn't the right thing, or there wasn't the right opportunity or whatever. And so we were kind of fighting back and forth of like, do we do this? Do this way, this way, this way? Driving each other crazy, driving ourselves crazy, maybe creating confusion. And the whole time, Spirit was just trying to get us to trust that if it's not right for both of us, or it doesn't feel right within myself, there's still like a fight or a misalignment, that it's not the right timing. It's not the right thing, right? So, and that's especially with these two cards is what that's giving me mysticism as well, because this card speaks of, never questioning where you are at this time, that this person, the mystic, is in the right place at the right time all the time. It never questions that, right? So even if something you go, oh, I'm late, you don't question, this is the right timing I was meant to show up, right? It's like, it's always just trusting in divine timing and trusting I'll be there when I'm meant to be there. And, it'll happen when it's meant to happen. And it's going to feel easy. It doesn't have to feel like a forceful thing or a fight or a difficulty. We're not meant to feel like misaligned when something's meant for us, that the opportunity will show up and we'll both, or I'll be able to be in my power. And I'll feel good and it'll feel right and I'll feel grounded and I'll feel clear and I'll feel powerful, and we'll both feel that way if this is two people, right? It feels safe, it feels secure, it feels grounded, right? It's funny because we have the root chakra and then we have the crown chakra with the purple. So it feels aligned. Everything's meant to happen. I feel grounded in that knowing, and everything has its time, has its season, has its purpose, right? And that I'm just, I can sit and observe, and it doesn't have to feel, forceful. Yeah, this acceptance here too. It's, again, with the root, it's accepting where I am, right? My role, or accepting where I'm at, how I'm serving right now, or how it's meant to happen. There's just this, and I think that's what you're coming to, yeah, in this deep heart wisdom, right? With impatience, it's so perfect, and passion, oh, so perfect. Okay. So hopefully I can articulate the message here. Okay, wisdom, mysticism, yeah, the wisdom of timing, the wisdom of right place at the right time, that it doesn't have to feel like a fight or a struggle. And, this impatience, it's like when we want to get somewhere or do something, right? We have that impatience of like, no, I want it now. I'm very passionate about something. I'm very passionate about this direction or this opportunity or how I feel. And without wisdom or without patience, that can look like intensity. That can look like, mental anguish, anxiety, inner chaos and turmoil. And so passion needs to be grounded with wisdom and patience, right? So that we'll know I'm here now. What I'm doing right now is me serving my purpose, right? Accepting, right, that yes, I have this purpose and I have this passion, and maybe this is what it looks like right now. And yes, maybe that is meant to shift or change or go off in this new direction or extend, right, in this way. But coming to acceptance that here and now, this is what it looks like. And when the time comes, that's when the door will open, right, for me. That if it's not opening and if it's not changing right now in an easeful way, then it's not ready, right? And I don't want to mess up the outcome because of my impatience, right? I don't want to rush anything, because it's like you wanting to plant flowers in the dead of winter because you're just so excited to plant and to have flowers, but yet not realizing I'm doing it at a very infertile time for the ground. These seeds will, it's not the right timing for it. These seeds will die, or nothing will come, and I've wasted my seeds, I've wasted my efforts, right? When I just need to wait for the right timing, when it warms up, right? And the season's here to plant, right? When the last frost has ended. And that can be, a little bit difficult to have the patience to know, okay, there's not going to be another frost, right? I'm safe to plant. I'm safe to move forward on something. I'm safe to grow something now. Yes, you have passion, and that's really good, right? But it's also like we have to accept where we are in this level. It's like you can still have passion and do something and be something and input that into something, where you're at, doing what you're doing or where you are. And when the timing is right, the next creation or the next leg of the journey or the next steps, it will be naturally there, right? We don't have to push or force out of impatience. It's having the wisdom of the mystic of right place, right time, right? This is, it's not quite right because I'm feeling like it has to be forced, or it's not quite right because it's causing inner turmoil or outer turmoil between me and someone else. And so I have to give it time. I have to find my inner balance and know that when it's time, the renewal, the life will be there, and the passion will be there, and the movement will happen naturally. Okay. Oh yeah, beautiful. So we have delight. So yeah, this is about delighting in the pleasures right now, what's around us. We also have number 13, and we have the butterflies here. So giving Scorpio, we're still in Scorpio season. We're in the last little bits of it. So we might be in a time of transformation. Okay, a time of almost indulging a little bit in where we are, right? Maybe in just like that last bit of like this renewal energy, right? Where we're still in a transformation, right? Where our lives are still kind of transforming. But look, we have fruit, we have grapes, we have cherries. Something out of a transformation, there will be fruit, right? There will be abundance. There will be the blossom, the bloom, the renewal of energy. Like it is meant to come, and it will come. It is going to blossom. It is going to bear fruit, right? It is going to show up, or it is going to happen. Okay. It's just that we're just still in the last bits of transformation. And so we have to give ourselves time so that everything can come into its fullest bloom, and delight in that process, right? Delight in what is around us, that we are taken care of. We are abundant. Nothing is wrong. Something's going to come in, and it'll be the right timing when it does. Okay. This is, not ours. Look at that movement. Okay, movement will come. There's just delight in where you are, in, taking care of yourself, feeding yourself well, doing things that make you feel delighted in the moment, right? In your relationship, in where you are, in what you enjoy, right? There is many, many things around us that is beautiful, that we can be, just in acceptance and passion and joy with. that movement is coming soon. Okay, and once it's going, it's going. So I think just take these last bits of transformation and delight in it. And yeah, that's when movement happens. It's like once acceptance comes in fully, then the movement can come in. Then it's like, all right, it's time to fully take charge, and the movement will happen of itself. And yeah, we have confusion. Yeah, that's what's causing the confusion here about the path, is that it's just not the right, we're trying to force something when it's not quite right. And so, yeah, there doesn't need to be that. We have 33 with regret. Yeah, we might be, that's kind of reminding me of this 8 of Swords, the guilt. It's like, there may have been things of the past, or where the things of the past are kind of affecting our present, or we're like, well, what if it never happens? Or there were certain things in my past that didn't work out, or what if that happens again? What if, it happens this time? What if, and it's causing confusion because we're referencing the past instead of being with what is, and the beauty and the luxuriousness and the presence and the abundance that we are, and that we are creating, and that we are right now, and that there is movement and there will be movement. It's just like when we start looking at like, well, it didn't happen then, or it got ruined then, or, what if it's going to repeat? And so there's this like, it makes us ungrounded, it makes us confused about our present, right? And we start doubting, we start questioning, we start limiting ourselves, or what is true. Okay. And so, yeah, it's not the truth, it's just the past and our fear of the past repeating itself. Okay, so let's get one last message before we go in pile 3. Judgment, beautiful. An awakening, right? A new doorway, the doorway showing up, right? It being lit up when the time is right. It'll be clear. The pathway is clear. That's the doorway. That's the move. That's the opportunity. It's clear. It's lit up, right? And then we can take action. Knight of Wands. Then we can move forward with intensity or with passion, right? There will be movement, but the doorway will show up, and you will know it to be the doorway. There won't be a question. It won't cause a fight. It won't cause an argument. It won't cause inner turmoil, external turmoil. It's going to feel, this is it. This is the one. It's going to be easy. It's going to be lit up. It's going to be there. And it's going to be a straightforward pathway, right? Downhill, easeful, you being able to take action, and it flowing right? It flowing in the right direction. Okay, so very soon the doorway of action and movement is going to be open to you, pile 3. So just hold tight and delight, and it will show up when it's ready. And I really don't think that's going to be very long at all. Okay, so accept, be present, and enjoy where you are. All right, pile 3, thank you so much for coming to your reading today. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please let me know in the comments if you'd like, and let me know if you enjoyed this by giving me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like a little bit of extra support at this time, you can book a personal reading with me down in the description box on my website. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one, pile 3. All of my love. Peace.